On Thursday, we always visit with Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road, and being that it is Thanksgiving, I just hope she doesn't try to stick a fork in what we're doing here for Thanksgiving Day. No, we're not going to eat tofurkey, we're eating turkey. But Sheree, you have something for everybody, right?
I always have something for everybody, Lou, and I promise not to be a Debbie Downer today.
Okay.
You're talking about what we're going to do later on, right? Maybe some indulgence.
I'm talking about, like, it's Thanksgiving, people. Let's let it fly. But let's also remember that we're going to want to do a little bit of damage control when it's over. So I've got some solutions for that. First of all, let's talk about the kinds of damage we could potentially be doing today. One is obviously alcohol overindulgence, and we know that one way of doing that is to start a little bit later in the day, stagger your cocktails with glasses of water in between, be mindful of how much you're consuming, let your glass get empty before it's refilled, and so forth. The second one is overindulgence in food, which we'll talk about. I've got some good solutions for that. And the other one is overindulgence in a little bit of emotion on a day like today. you know,
family and stuff like that.
Exactly. And so, like, let's don't discount that that is part of the reason why we end up overdoing it. You're like, rather than argue with your mother-in-law, you might be just stuffing some food in your mouth so that you don't say anything. Or you might have one more cocktail just so that you can take the edge off of somebody that is in the family.
And hope maybe you'll fall asleep instead of having to deal with them. Gotcha.
So a solution for that might be to plan a timeout. Excuse yourself, go into the kitchen, see if the cook needs a little help. Take yourself out of the situation. Another thing I really like to do today, a lot of times people will go around the table and say thank you, express their thanks. Another way of doing that, write down what you're thankful for, put your thankfulness in a bucket, and everybody pulls out a different one and reads somebody else's at the table. That's another way of diffusing it because you're a lot more attentive. You're waiting to hear your thanks being read by somebody else. So just a few thoughts.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So let's move into the food thing. So now it's late afternoon, we've overdone it. What do we do?
And if you're like me, your stomach doesn't tell your brain until it's far too late. It's just too late.
And there's a delayed signal on that.
Right, exactly.
So the first thing that we're going to look at is the simplest. And what I did was I picked some things today that people will probably already have in their cupboard. Because it's a holiday, you're not going to be running to the store to get a remedy that I suggest. So for the most part, everybody will have something that I've got here as a remedy. First one is simple. Just a little lemon juice. Yep. I have it here with a Great Day coffee mug because a little bit of lemon and hot water goes a really long way towards settling a stomach. And the reason for that is this is alkaline, and there's probably too much acidity in your stomach, and so that'll help to balance that out. So a little lemon, if the lemon is too tangy or tart for you, a little honey in there, and you're good. You'll sip it, you'll drink it slow, it will help to settle things.
And so it acts in a way as an antacid then, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's very good for that. Another solution similar would be ginger. Now this is a big old piece of ginger. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
And this people probably have in the kitchen from cooking and whatever. Couple things to know about ginger. One that people don't realize is when you go into the store, if you see, and this is all that they have in the bin, and it might be more than what you think you need, you can break off a piece. That's not, no, that's perfectly okay. It's so the store is not going to come and throw you out about that. The other thing, another clue about ginger, this is fresh ginger, and this works best, but powdered ginger will also work for this remedy. If you want to peel ginger, rather than using a peeler or a sharp knife, all you've got to do is use the edge of a dull spoon, and this really does a beautiful job, no waste, and then the skin comes off and you're all good to go. So what I would do is just make little slices of that, put it in the hot water. If you've got a microplane, you can also grate the ginger.
Microplane.
This is a microplane. A lot of people use this.
Microplane.
We've learned a new word today.
All right.
Some people use this for cheese, hard cheese, but I use it to grate my ginger. So that's another one. You can also combine
There are many ways
these
to cut the cheese.
Yes. And that's a
different show. All right.
Please.
All right.
Another one people probably have in their cupboard is apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, this is good for you in and of itself, right?
It is great stuff. And remember, that's not the same as the white vinegar. That's not the same as red wine vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is the ticket. And we use the kind that's got a lot of sediment in the bottom. It's called With the Mother.
With the Mother.
With the Mother. It says it right on the label.
Right there, With the Mother.
And that's a really nice, again, the same solution for all of these things. We're adding hot water, so apple cider vinegar or lemon juice or ginger, or you can combine them all in the cup. These will help to settle. Some people already have bitters in their cupboard. This is a kind of bitters, a brand of bitters that I particularly like. Sometimes it will be located in your bar. It's the little bottle with the big white label.
This is an ingredient in a lot of drinks. And
Yes,
I never knew what the heck they are.
Like an old-fashioned. It's bitter.
Ooh, it is bitter, yeah. But it smells good.
It's also great for settling the stomach. So that would be another option.
Gentle and stimulating, used historically for digestion.
It's perfect for that. And you'll just take a little. It's not like something you're going to drink a glass of. It's just like a couple of teaspoons.
Okay.
Good stuff. Another thing that's probably already in your cupboard, baking soda.
Soda.
Soda, not powder.
Soda.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, baking soda. Now, this is an organic brand. Many people have the yellow box, Arm & Hammer. That will work out fine. The key on this is to make sure that you do the right dosage. You're only going to use a teaspoon.
Not the big one.
Not a tablespoon. A teaspoon in plain water. Sip that. You're going to be good to go. Okay. So all of these
Lots
things.
of good ideas here.
Yes, exactly. 2 more, 3 more.
Okay.
One is fennel seeds. This one, these I love. Now, the fennel seeds are available in bulk in the health store. You might already have them in your cupboard because you used them for a recipe. They're often used in a turkey brine. So those are good to just chew.
Okay.
And if you go to an Indian restaurant, many times you'll be served that afterwards.
I want to say you made us something like a drink that had this in it before.
I did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's my New Year's tonic tea.
Right.
Speaking of tea, peppermint tea is in a lot of people's cupboards. Peppermint and ginger, all of those things are great. So there's a lot of different ways, to settle the stomach and to make you feel a little bit better if you did overindulge. But one of my favorite ones is to remember that an after dinner drink would be a nice way to settle the stomach, provided you remember that it's in small quantities.
All right.
And we sip.
You brought the good stuff.
And we brought Grand Marnier. This is so it's not a mixed drink. It's a sipping drink. A brandy would work really nice. A cognac, a port, something that's pretty high in alcohol and really heavy. Something that you sip slow. So this is my suggestion for your. Well, I got somebody solved here. My suggestion for your digestion.
Oh, slow. Try that again.
Good stuff. Happy Thanksgiving, Jason.
You as well. I love you, sweetie. Thanks for being on, and a happy Thanksgiving.